everybody, and welcome to my second podcast. And we're now featuring Rosanna, that wasn't able to attend the others, but she's appearing tomorrow on the Gold Coast at
Hello.
Dendevine Broadbeach, and she's taken a bit of a break from work. She's not too far from Dendevine. That's where we'll be performing at the music hall down tomorrow at 7 o'clock, amongst three other artists that I interviewed, and I was able to just get her in. And I met her last month at our inaugural opening, and she featured in one of the songs. She just blew us all away, and now we got her on the set. So why don't you introduce yourself? You're new to Australia, so I'll give you a bit of time to talk
Yeah,
about you and yourself and your music and where you're from,
yeah, absolutely. So, like you say, my name's Rosanna Lefebvre. I'm from England, from Birmingham in England, and I came over to Australia just to experience what it's like. And I've got friends here, and they were absolutely saying, somewhere that you'll love to live. The weather's a lot better as well. I have got to say, I've been here 3 months now, and yeah, it's so good. But yeah, so I'm a singer-songwriter, write my own music. Back in England, I've just released an album, and that's been released worldwide. So everybody who catches me tomorrow can actually have a listen to the album too. I'm on YouTube. There's no physical CDs. Everything's on online at the moment, just digital. But I do like to, I guess, show people on either on Spotify or Bandcamp. Bandcamp preferably, because a lot of the money just go towards the artist, and being independent, that's super important. But yeah, so my own music is like, I would probably say country, I don't know, folk, singer songwriter type of things. But like you realised the other week at Dendevine, I do sing a bunch of other genres too. So jazz, I absolutely love. Yeah, so I do sing a bunch of different genres, and I just love music basically. Back in England, I was a university lecturer for music too, so that's another kind of string to my bow. I lecture, I teach music too, and I play a couple of different instruments, but mainly sing, to be honest. But yeah, no,
yeah,
so that's a little bit about me.
yeah, and your experience with music as such. What was that?
Yeah.
As a teacher, can you
Oh
talk a little
yeah,
bit? Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So I was teaching at a university called Resonance, back in the West Midlands in England. State of the art, brand new facility for music. Recommend anybody who wants to study music at a university level to go there. Fantastic musicians. A lot of partnerships with big names like Marshall, Roland. Um, Loads of partners too in the industry. But yeah, worked there for nearly 3 years. Absolutely loved it. But just wanted to come and experience Australia really, and the
Mm.
plan is to start gigging. I want to start gigging, start making music again. Yeah, so yeah, that's my experience with teaching. So some of the modules that I was doing was songwriting. So obviously I'm a songwriter, so that was perfect. Um, Other ones include things like music business, how to make yourself a website, all that kind of stuff, which is really important. Working as a portfolio career, so doing loads of different jobs. Quite often, musicians will have day jobs, which is difficult to, find that balance, especially if you're working overnight of the evening, gigging, and you've got to get up for work the next day, that kind of stuff. Just the
Mm.
realities of being a working musician, basically. So,
Mm. Mm.
all of that stuff's really important. And then while I was working as a uni lecturer, I was a gigging musician too. So again, doing my own stuff, but working with other original bands too. So over the years, I've worked with a bunch of different original bands. One of the most recent ones being this progressive rock band in England. Really enjoyed my time with them. Great, musicians. But it was time for me to focus on my own music really, and just explore some of the other cover stuff that I really enjoy, like the jazz stuff and the pop as well. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got your website just below here, so
Mhm.
people can see what you were talking about, your music,
Yeah.
now the other question I got for you is, what sort of formations or bands that you play? Big bands, three piece, solo. What were your?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I was gigging predominantly with this progressive rock band, which was quite a big band to be honest. There was like 8 of us or so in this
yeah,
band, and then sometimes they would actually hire like this orchestra. So I played with quite a big formation of people. Um, and then other bands that I've played with are like standard, pop function bands, for weddings and parties and things like that.
yeah,
4 or 5 people. And then I've also worked as a duo too. So me usually and a pianist or a guitarist too.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so that I've worked with a bunch of different setups to be honest.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like to think I've got a bit of experience that way,
Oh, yeah,
and
you do, you
yeah,
do, you do. And the
yeah,
other thing is, I might share that some of the charts, the music you sent me, we're going to do a bit of Joss Stone and Amy Winehouse. So
that's
you
it.
got
Yeah,
you got a wide variety there. The other thing is, how are you looking for to partner up for anybody with you? So I've
yeah,
got your website down there, and that's probably got your contact
yeah.
and your
Yeah,
and how can people find you on Facebook or
yeah,
YouTube? Yep,
absolutely. Yeah. So if you just search my name, Rosanna Lefevre, so it's spelled
yep,
ROSANNALEFEVRE, Rosanna Lefevre.
yep,
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I've got my website as well, obviously, that
yep,
you've kindly put up there too.
yep,
But yeah,
sure.
so looking to gig anything at this point, like I just want to get out there and gig. Duo bands that need fill-in singers, by all means, they can contact me.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I'm looking to make some connections and network because clearly
yep,
I'm quite new to the area. So yeah,
yeah,
it'd be good to connect and
and
meet some new musos.
yep, and that's what we're doing today with this little
Yeah,
podcast to introduce you. When
yeah,
when you were back at home and you were teaching your students, were they mature age students or were they
yeah.
you're right, okay,
Yeah, so university level, so anything from 18 and above. But we did have some mature students too. So people that were like 40 plus used to come into the university and study for their undergraduate degree. So yeah, it's not too uncommon, but usually the age range for universities, I don't know, for anything from like I say, 18 plus,
mm,
usually in their early 20s.
yeah, mm,
But yeah, yeah. So, and I've also got experience teaching at colleges as well. So back in England, that's 16 to 18-year-olds.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So look, everybody who's listening or watching this, it'll be a great opportunity to have Rose on your faculty. So we want to support that.
yeah,
The other thing is, what's your impression of the crossover between where you lived and in Australia, worldwide music? Have you got a view about people coming in the industry worldwide and you watching? Are all the issues the same and challenges? I suppose promotion
yeah.
and getting your music released, they're all similar, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all very transferable, to be honest. Like, I've already
Mm,
met a few musos here. The mentality's very similar. The setup's super similar, equipment. So it's good, really, because in a westernized country, it is very similar, to be honest.
mm,
Even the set lists are similar. Like, I'm looking at some of the set lists that some of the guys are doing that I've met, and I'm like, yeah, I know all of those. I've done them in the past. So it's very similar, to be fair.
mm,
I've noticed that there's a lot more live music on the Gold Coast, which is fantastic. That's what I wanted. Like
mm, mm, mm.
I wanted to start gigging more and working with as many musicians as I can to build that network up and just get out there gigging again. Like I wasn't gigging enough, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a performer. I want to gig live. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And that's going to happen for sure. I know
hmm
some people who watch this and are looking forward to learning more about you. I'd invite you to come tomorrow at Dendevine, which is on the Gold Coast here, and it's one of our most popular music live venues that have live music. And it's an opportunity for you to not only come and watch our performers once a month with the Jazz Jam, but also I'll share you a story. This is how I met Rose. Rose, in her intuitive way, turned up to Dendevine, and she approached me if she could sing a song, and she just blew us away. So, and a lot of the information that I didn't know, which came to my hands only a week ago, but I wanted to really excitedly share with you how I met Rose, and now a month later, she's featuring one of her first live performance here in Australia. Yay!
Woo!
Here on the Gold Coast. So every month we run a jazz open mic situation, and Dendevine on the Gold Coast were fortunate to support me. I had been doing them at Chattanooga Jazz Bar in Brisbane City, and I have other venues. That's why I've got jazzbarnews.com, which supports a lot of jazz and blues venues that I advocate for. But you'll hear a lot more about the story as I share this with Rose, because this is our first interview here in Australia with her, and she performs tomorrow. We start at 7 amongst the other guests, but she'll be on during the evening. And I hope if you have time and have the opportunity, get that world at war mentality out of your head and come and support live music. So, Rose, thank you for being my guest
Oh, you're
today,
welcome.
and I hope you have an opportunity to check her website down below. And we're going to look forward to her performance tomorrow with some friends of hers. I'm sure that are coming to support her.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the community. So thank you very, very much. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow and performing. And we'll hear more about you and your successful career and opportunities that are going to open up for you because you just announced them to everybody what you can do and you're ready to contribute. So that's important.
Woo! Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.